It has been nearly 5 months since Prince's sudden death. The iconic musician was known for opening up his home to fans and throwing concerts at his Paisley Park estate. Since his death, it's been closed. Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Fraizer has an inside look at how the estate is getting ready to open back up for the public.
Headed into the world of Purple Rain. This is Purple Rain.
And that is the Oscar.
That's the Oscar. So when you first walk in the room, the first thing you see
is the Oscar.
In all his glory. Yep.
Wow.
And you might notice that the keys are a little scuffed, but that's because he would dance on them.
Why? Oh, that's from him standing on it, isn't it?
Yeah, he would hop up in there. He'd dance. Can you imagine that?
I see right off the bat the records.
The gold records,
the
yes.
hits. But you know what I also noticed? Every ticket from the 88 shows of the Musicology Tour.
Is that not amazing?
The 88 shows from the Musicology Tour.
All the tickets. Isn't that amazing?
It's in round like the show.
Like the show was. Yeah, very symbolic.
Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Fraizer joins me now from Los Angeles. Kevin, I am so envious. I'm a huge Prince fan. There's so many of us out there. Tell us more about your tour of Paisley Park.
Well, you know, since you're from Minnesota, you also know that Prince would have lots of events at his home, and people would be allowed into the public areas, the large stage. But what this tour will take you through is his private areas, the recording studio, the areas where he did his work, where he prepared for concerts, and they've really turned it into a place where you can see all things Prince. You saw the Purple Rain room. That was the room where Prince would prepare for concerts, and they had a big mirror on the wall where they could watch themselves and watch the moves and the dance steps. You will leave the Purple Rain room, and then you will go to two other rooms from more Prince movies. You will also see his office and other parts of Paisley Park that you're not usually allowed to go through. What it really does is give you a glimpse of how Paisley Park was on the day that Prince passed away. And when you're in Recording Studio A, there are still handwritten musical lyrics in there, and there are notes. There's all kinds of things. So it really does feel like at any moment Prince would stop in. The instruments are still set up and ready to go, like he could come down and play. So it really is a magical experience. And there will be a $35 experience where you take the tour, and then there will be a VIP experience where you get to see a few extra things and also take a picture.
Ooh, sign me up for that. I have to ask you, you did say, I grew up in Minnesota, I've been out to Paisley Park. There were always these rumors that there was like a secret cave, or there were, in the record room, that there were all of these different instruments and people had been there. Can you give us maybe the one surprising thing that you found while you were touring?
The one thing that really surprised me were that you could hear the doves. He has doves on the second floor that overlook the atrium. And when you walk in, you hear this bizarre cooing sound, and you're like, what is that? And it's the doves that Prince kept in that atrium, and they would coo and make a noise. And also, you get to see the little kitchen where Prince spent a lot of time. That was his place where he liked to go and watch TV and hang out and kind of enjoy his meals in between playing music. But as you know, he was consumed by recording, rehearsing, and playing music. And when he wasn't playing music, they would throw a basketball hoop in what is now being called the Purple Rain room, so he could shoot some jumpers inside. So it really is a real glimpse, the first tangible glimpse we get into Prince's life. Because even, as you know, going out to Paisley Park, it's great to be there and the party's cool, but you stay in very public areas and then you leave.
Well, he was a very, very private individual, like you said, even though he opened up part of the house. I do have to ask you, though, I'm told you spoke with Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson. Has the family decided what they're going to be doing with all that unreleased music in Prince's home? I mean, everybody is dying to know what's going to happen to that.
Yeah, Tyka told me that music will be released, that she expects it to be remixed and released. Remember, downstairs in Prince's house, there are two things, a garage and a massive vault. And inside that vault is where thousands and thousands of unreleased songs are. We've talked to different artists who said they've recorded tons of music at Paisley Park, but that it was never released. And of course, there are so many pieces that Prince never put out. And Tyka says that now that music will be remixed and released. So we should get ready for an avalanche of Prince music, which will be pretty cool. And I think the other thing that you'll notice when you go into Paisley Park is all the gold and platinum records that are on the wall where other artists have come to Paisley Park to record. People like Celine Dion. You would never expect that she would have been there, but Celine Dion recorded at Paisley Park.
he would be very strategic sometimes in who he would choose to fly out
Sure.
to Paisley Park. So I didn't know about Celine Dion. Are there any other big names that we know of that might be there?
Well, that's the interesting thing. Stevie Wonder, Celine Dion, there are lots of folks, and they are also leaving the option of artists can now come in and record at Paisley Park. So say if someone like Justin Timberlake wanted to record a song at Paisley Park, he could do so now.
Oh,
so there's lots of things going on, and it'll live on forever. And when you go in there, though, I really do say, for real Prince fans, you'll be transported back in time. I literally stood in the Purple Rain room and just watched the big screen as they played. They have a really cool 7-minute loop of music from that movie. And I was just transfixed watching him being around the motorcycle, the jacket he wore in that movie, all the clothes. You go in and you see the clothes and you're just, it really does transport you back in time.
And you and I could probably get one leg into the entire outfit that he wore because he was a small man.
I mean, a tiny little man. You see how tiny he was, but also you remember the power that he brought, not only to the screen, but to music in general, and how he revolutionized and changed music. You know, one of the rooms you get to go into is the MPG Club room. Ooh. And that was a kind of public area, but you know, Madonna was there last year hanging out with Prince, and he would hold, you know, dance parties and stuff in the MPG Club room. But we also have to remember that he was the first to have a streaming music club a long time ago. He eventually shut it down, but his MPG Music Streaming Club was something that we didn't even understand at the time.
He was a pioneer on so many levels. Really quickly, before I let you go, when will the estate be open to the public? Because there was some controversy around this.
Sure. It's open this weekend.
Okay.
They have a permit to open it this weekend. And as you know, not only the parking, but there's tough parking and also very limited sidewalks around there right now. They're trying to rezone it as a museum, and they will make the changes necessary. But the local city council has to vote again on when they will rezone it and when they will open it up. Right now they have this one temporary pass for this weekend. So if you get in there Thursday or Saturday, you are Friday or Saturday, you're one of the lucky few.
Well, you were definitely lucky for sure. Kevin Fraizer, thank you so much. You can watch Kevin Fraizer's story on Entertainment Tonight. We're so happy you gave us a little sneak peek of it, but check your local TV listings for sure. Kevin, thank you.
All right, no problem. Thanks, Jamie.